All right, Courtney Coffey's first singing gig. We're heading in right now.
Yes, you read that right. I went from being a bad singer with zero vocal talent whatsoever to headlining a sold-out show. Even the car can't believe it. If you are new here and don't know me, hi, I'm Courtney. I'm learning how to sing to prove that it's possible because I am delulu enough to believe that I could become a recording artist without natural born singing talent. And I think it's working because I released a single and booked a show without even trying to book a show. Within a year of beginning to learn how to sing and sold it out. I think out of the entire experience, the most stressful part was selling tickets and marketing because I was still and am still fighting this belief that like I can be good enough at this. Singing for me is super vulnerable because I was literally told that I couldn't do it. Like, I had a vocal teacher back in the day. The whole reason that I stopped singing in the first place and playing music was because I had a teacher tell me that singing was not for me. And that was at a very developmental age. So I've carried that belief with me for a long time. And pushing through that belief to not only play a live show by myself, but to play my own songs at a live show by myself and get over the fact that I didn't think that anyone would ever want to listen to me and I wouldn't just be like booed off the stage was crazy. Like actually legitimately crazy. So it all started when I was minding my business and I got a DM from this company called Breaking Sound, which I had never heard of, but apparently is a huge booking company. The DM said, word for word, I really like your music and would love to talk to you about doing a show with us at some point. Do you have a business email I could send more info to? When I tell you, I jumped on that immediately. I did not wait. I was not cool about it. Okay, I saw that email and immediately I sent back, yes, I do. Please send more information about it. And I waited and waited and waited and I got nothing. I was confused because they reached out to me and was talking about my song, which like granted, I didn't think anyone listened to it or even liked it, but like somebody liked it and wanted to book me for a show and then they went radio silent. This went on for about 5 months where I just followed up to no one. Eventually I stopped following up, but at the end of the summer, something told me one more time, what's the worst that could happen? They don't answer, you're already there. I followed up one more time and someone answered me. Turns out the person who initially sent the email was no longer working with them, which would explain why they didn't answer me for months and months and months. Against everything that was happening in my brain, screaming for me not to take this booking, I said yes. And I officially had a show. Although I had a show date, I didn't have a band, I didn't have any other songs, and I didn't have an audience. And I knew nothing about playing live music, okay? Like, I played my little guitar in my room and wrote my little songs and recorded on my little computer, but I had never done that outside of the confines of this room. So the idea of playing a live show was not only terrifying, but extremely alienating. However, as you may have figured out by now, I'm a little bit crazy and a lot of bit delusional. So I just went for it. I called every musician friend that I knew that had ever done a live show, asked them how a live show goes, what equipment I needed, how many songs I needed for a 30-minute set, because I was playing a 30-minute set, which is a long show for your first show. What you wear, like all of this, I knew nothing. And that proved to be one of the best things that I could do. They helped me find musicians, they helped me figure out how to market the show, and I got to work. During those next 2 weeks, my guitar was my best friend. I wrote so many songs, most of which no one's ever gonna hear, thank God. But I finished enough songs to fill out that 30-minute set. I found a rehearsal space, I found a guitarist. Like, I didn't expect it to be the best show ever, and I definitely didn't expect it to sell out. But I just knew I had to do it because it's part of the process. Like, I had to do this for me. I had to do this to prove to myself that I am worthy of going after my dreams, even the ones that I still believed were kind of crazy. And so that's truly the reason that I did all of this. Leading up to the show was insane. Like, sold out the show from promoting on TikTok and Instagram and word of mouth through my friends. rehearsed at a rehearsal studio for the first time, which was really fun, and went to the show and played, and I actually had a lot of fun. Like, the stage presence part and talking to the audience, all of that stuff was actually like really easy for me, which was surprising. I guess that theater background came in handy. And of course, like, the show wasn't perfect. I had my fair share of being off pitch for sure and forgetting words and all of that stuff, but I had fun. And I proved something to myself that night. I honestly still can't believe that I did that. There's just so much to look forward to in this career that part of my brain still thinks there's no way it can happen. But I'm fighting that belief every single day, and honestly, that's all you can do until you don't. If you're a musician who's thinking about playing a live show, or even releasing music or doing anything towards your career as a musician, like, I just want you to know that you can do it. I know that part of your brain's telling you that no one is gonna like your music, or no one's gonna listen to it, or that the market is oversaturated and there's not room for you, but there is. You have something to say, and it's important, and someone needs to hear it. In fact, not going after your dreams and not writing your music and not putting it out is doing a disservice to everyone, because your music could touch someone in a way that you'll never know, but could change their life forever. That's our job as artists. Art is just about putting our heart out there and allowing it to touch other people. And that's a really vulnerable thing to do, and I want to recognize that that's a really difficult and vulnerable thing to do, but that's what we do. As I continue on this journey, I have to constantly remind myself that these things are possible, especially on those days where I feel like I'm wasting my time filming these videos or practicing or writing songs, because no one's ever gonna listen to me. No one's ever gonna like my voice. I'm never gonna have a good voice. Like, that's what's going on in my head when all of this is happening. And I've worked really hard to stop identifying with that voice and just observe it without judgment and allow it to pass through. But it's something that I actively have to work on every single day. And so if that's something that you're struggling with as an artist, I want you to know, not only does your stuff need to be heard, but you can work through that. That voice is not you. There's room for you. There's room for you. That was so sappy, oh my god. As always, make sure to like and subscribe because it helps my channel, and your girl needs money for voice lessons, and also, we're friends now, so stay a while. I will see you next week. Bye.